So we're here again. We are so back at the diner. Hello. Yeah, my leap motion, it used to work and I used to have good hand tracking, but the leap motion's been totally toast. So I'm kind of hosed for hands until I get until the Rococo comes in. We're just waiting for the I'm waiting for the postal strike to be more clear about what it will and won't send in a timely manner. Cuz I don't want to order the Rococo suit and then for it to like fucking vanish, you know, in the mail. That would be a travesty of all time. Welcome back, everybody. It's been a hot minute. I mean, you did see me last week, so you haven't actually missed anything, but you know. No one hears a word? What? Oh, you're referencing shit. Shut the fuck up. Alright. People are being very silly. Man, this girl again. Man, is that Mondo? Wretched. When you gonna battle Zeus? One whole week here, Reno. I missed you all. Well, that's very sweet, Plov, but flattery will get you everywhere. But yeah, we had a very busy week last week with the Donathon. You had 5 days of Midas. I don't know, like, I feel like that's enough to last anyone a lifetime. I don't know. I see you guys in the corner over there going a bit crazy. Was 5 days not enough for you people? Anyway, I almost missed being on time for this broadcast. I was initially going to schedule it for 7, but I said 6. And then I scheduled it for 6:30. Fell asleep. Wah, 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 wah. 5 days. 5 weeks. 1 day a week. Yes, you're being technically correct, but be careful. There's people that are unable to read. Then there was the off collab. You weren't on time, though. How exactly was I not on time? I set the waiting room, and I showed up before the waiting room time ended. That sounds pretty goddamn on time to me. I don't care what you say. Toysoku? Hold on. I don't have the YouTube open, so it moves really fast because I have Restream open. Let me just, to me. I don't care. I hear two shit. There we go. Green brick. Derogatory. Oh, you want a green brick? You want green brick? Oh. Oh, that shined very nicely. Anyway. Thank you, Grustine, for the €5. Pretty boy Jeremy, thank you for the 5. Please, for the love of God, do not abbreviate Canadian Post. Ha ha. Ha ha. Haha. Wow. Wow. The one joke that Canadians have. Waha. Haha. Wow. No. You know, that joke would have been funnier coming from Jeffrey Epstein. Where's my Oshi at? Toysoku, thank you for the 5,000 CLP. Midas, is there a lore reason as to why you are headstrong to take on anyone? Is there a lore reason to wake up in the morning? Is there a lore reason to literally do anything? Like, I'm just doing what I'm doing. I'm not entirely sure how I could work lore into my existence. No, because Midas, unfortunately, is not character acting. At least not in a traditional VTuber character acting. Why do I keep glowing red? What the fuck is up with this? Hold on. So, like, I mean, there's red lighting on the inside of the building, but outside of the building, it's blue. I don't get what's going on. Like, yeah, no, like, my body is just, like, randomly flickering. What are you guys doing to me? Anyway. I mean, name and all. Well, Abner Gazer, the Midas name was picked because I made the design before I made the character, and I needed a yellow-sounding name. That is it. Alright? Like, genuinely, I was considering, like, shitpost names before I landed on Midas, because I didn't see a future where anybody was looking at the account. But I picked the Midas, and then I was just like, I need something kind of swingy, and I ran a few names in my mind, but there was also, like, Pissmaster whatever, and, like, Lemon something. Just, like, I had every yellow word under the sun, and Midas stuck out as, like, an actual name, and I'm like, well, I can actually, you know, do that. I don't want to be called Lemon. I don't want to be called Piss. I mean, I'd be the only one using the name, but it's just like, hi, it's your girl, Piss. I'm going to talk about how depressed I am today, dear diary. No, it was just like, all right, well, Midas is a nice, strong, masculine name. Has some, you know, stuff behind it. Blood for the Blood God? My fucking god, my tracking hasn't been this twitchy since my Vroid days. What is going on? It's probably because Necro's in chat. Necro? What? What's with the lighting? My pits are so sweaty looking. I didn't even know they could do that. Hold on, let me fix this. Can I change directional? Oh, wow. Okay. All right, now we're just glowing. Okay. Oh, that hurts my eyes. Can I turn this down? There we go. There, no more armpit sweat. Put it back where it belongs. Shut the fuck up, all of you. Now she's... When is the Yandere ASMR? That will be an uploaded video. I specialized in my PL about... well, in my previous VTuber identity before Midas, I did ASMR. But I specifically did scripted, like, scenario ASMR. Specifically, Yandere scripted scenario ASMR. That doesn't narrow it down at all, by the way. There's a billion of them on YouTube. But, because I'm doing a Yandere ASMR, I want to do it in the style of my old content. Because it's what I know how to do best to the highest quality. And I have to play it straight. So, I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually kind of excited to, like, get back into it. Just for a moment in time. Won't happen again. I guess it's my farewell to that kind of content, so it's kind of interesting. For your armpits, it made Toho and Vocaloid popular. Look, I get it, okay? I get it. Bare armpits are very sexy, but sweaty through the shirt, that's just fucking uncomfortable, okay? And there's this... No. Like, if it's bare armpits, sure, whatever. Who gives a shit? But, like, clothing armpits, that's just like, oh. You're disgusting. No. You actually like ASMR? I personally like soap cutting ASMR, specifically. Like, audibly. And I like the sound of the laundry machines. Like, I like laundry machines, but specifically when they've got pants with, like, those little, like, drawstrings that have little metal bits on the end, because when they go up in the machine and they fall down, they make a, like, a metallic little click. clink noise on the inside. It isn't the same as if you put coins in there or whatever, because coins kind of get smushed against the side. But because pants are free falling, you get a constant click in the rotation. I really like laundromat sounds. Laundry machines. Yeah. And soap cutting, because I'm an artist and I like seeing like the geometric shapes and whatever. Have you considered playing any of the other Postal games, like Postal Brain Damaged or something? I don't know. I mean, we've got 5 more broadcasts together. Is that something that you guys would actually want to see? Or do you guys just want more conversations? Because you're going to be having a long dry spell. So, I'll do what you want, but better be what you want. Yeah. But yeah, the 2 ASMRs that I owe you guys will be video uploads, not streams, because I specialize in doing it video style. I don't specialize in doing it live, because doing it video style requires post-production, and doing it live requires having a 3D audio mic, and I do not have a 3D audio mic. Fun fact, Kermit voice is incredibly similar to the Arnold Schwarzenegger voice in my experience. You got something on your face? What, you mean my fucking mole? My beautiful little beauty mark? My kiss mark? It's not an art... Okay. I've spoken to it many times before, but I have design principles. I have rules that I've given myself when I make a character. And one of them is to show minimal amount of skin, maximum amount of sex with minimal skin. So bodysuits are allowed. Unique hairstyle. And it has to have moles. Doesn't matter how many, but at least one. And I typically like to put one on the cheek. That's how you can tell I made a design. If there's moles on the body, usually a cheek or two. Interesting hair. And fake conservative clothing. You know why? Because I have a type, okay? I have a type of man. I have a type of woman. I know what I like, okay? And if I'm given the opportunity to make anything in the world, I'm gonna make what I like. Missed more than a few streams. Have the tits gotten bigger? No, I'm just not wearing the jacket. If I put the jacket on, they are concealed. They are tucked inside the pocket, so they don't look as big. And they're not supposed to be. So there was a bit of a misunderstanding with my modeler, but I ended up keeping it because I like it, and it really doesn't matter because all tit sizes are canonical for me. But my boobs are technically... technically, Midas was supposed to be flat. Like, canonically, the baseline Midas is flat. Like, and the pockets were supposed to give the illusion of boobs. So that when I take the jacket off, I was supposed to be flat. Like, I really wanted that. But I didn't communicate that properly to my modeler. And, like, so she modeled me some boobs. And they're good. I love them. They're great. And technically they're canon because all boobs on Midas are canon. They're tactically inflatable. But yeah. When I work on getting my 2.0 live 2D for the winter, it'll be flat baseline. Ba ba ba. So you use balloons to make them look bigger. Or something to that effect. Let's catch up on Supas. Mondo, welcome to being a duder. Pretty boy Jeremy, thank you for the 10 members. Dio, I like your drip, G. Thank you for the 5. And a thank you. I designed the drip. And Chili 3102. Thank you for the 50. Got a super the same color as my lighting scheme. Live your dreams. Buy a cot and nap at a laundromat. Okay, so here's the thing. Actually, again, it's a story I've said before, but I've got new people here. I have a reason why I like laundromat sounds. It's because when I was small, up until when I was about 5 years old, I didn't have a bedroom growing up. Straight up. Didn't have a bedroom, didn't have a bed. We lived in a cedar house. In the mountain. Like, okay, so right now I live in the mountain, but at that point in my life, I was literally embedded inside the wall of the mountain in a house made out of cedar. It was rotting, it was whatever. And my siblings all had rooms, but I did not, because the family was growing really quickly, and we just didn't have room. The rooms were too small. And so my mother put me in the laundry room, and we set up a cot on the floor beside the drying machine, and it was an old drying machine that would shake a lot, and the side of it was very warm. It was like sleeping beside a big cuddly bear, and I actually genuinely really loved it. It was very comfortable, and it would like ASMR style like lull me to sleep, and it was so like wonderful that when I finally did get my own bedroom, I couldn't sleep for ages. Like, I made myself sick because I didn't have, like, the laundry machines, you know, to act kind of like a lullaby. So, you know, I'd kind of grab my little blanket, like it was a Blue's Clues blanket, and I'd like this polyester yuck, and I'd throw it over my head, and I'd crawl to the laundry room in the middle of the night when we went to, like, our actual house. And I would, like, be found sleeping by the laundry machine. It took me a little while, but, you know, I got used to not having it. D-Dynamite, thank you for the 5NZ. To be honest, I really don't like ASMR. It's probably my sensory processing disorder, but for you, I'll support the one-off. Take it as an exercise in actually hearing what it's like to hear me do character acting. Because I love character acting. I love it so much. And doing Yandere ASMR is some of the only times that I really got to practice doing character acting. Moving forward, after July, I'm going to be doing a lot of character acting, like genuinely dream come true. But this will let you guys see like a peek of what it's like, you know? It's just... I shouldn't be so excited about this. This is stupid. This was supposed to be a punishment for me. I thought your type was amputees. Also, Midas reminds me of Tomoko from Watamote. Thank you, Gia, for the 10. You and half the internet. You and half the internet. Nobody seems to believe me when I say that I based it off of both, like, off of Eleg, and there was a few different things. And do remember that the Vroid looked slightly different, right? Like, this evolved naturally into this state. So, recently I watched, like, Watamote for the first time, just to figure out what you guys were talking about. And, like, sometimes I see that comment and I'm not entirely sure if that's a compliment or not. But I'll take it. You know what? I've decided it's a compliment. Your boob are mistake-sized. You're so right, Kodo. You're so right. Thank you for the 2. Boobs were a mistake. I usually lurk, but you're pretty cool. Thumbs up. Thank you, Hidden. And thank you for live. I appreciate all the lurkers. Like, it's impossible for everybody to talk all the time, right? Hell, even I sometimes... Well, a lot of times, I do a lot of lurking myself. But... It's cozy, you know? It feels like I'm at the comedy club. I've seen those in movies. Like, where there's one guy on stage and there's a bunch of people around little round tables with white tablecloths. It's like I'm at one of those and I'm on the stage. And you guys are all kind of there. Once in a while, a heckler stands up and yells at me. It's great. Laundromats are both chill and ratchet. My sis got beat up in the back of the head one day in a laundromat. I say arm to do the laundry now. Oh, Orlando. I wish the best for you and your laundromat adventures. and thank you for the live. Let's get back to the live chat now that I'm caught up with Supas. Boo, get off the stage. Oh yeah, make me, maybe, nations. Make me. Bet you can't. When did you start VTubing, and was it cheap initially? Yes, because when I started VTubing, it was... Oh, well, I was in the community in 2018. And in 2019, I was primarily an asset maker. So I would make V-Roids, I would make artwork, I would make assets, I would make transition stingers, I would make overlays, I would make emotes. I was just an artist in the community. And I wasn't a streamer yet at that point. Tail end of 2019, though, early 2020, I started VTubing just before COVID hit. So I have the clout of saying... I was a pre-COVID VTuber. Meh, 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 meh. And then COVID hit, and then everybody became a VTuber. So I quickly lost the potential buff of being early, which sucks. To be fair, I was a very boring person, too. Midas, believe it or not, you look like my ex-girlfriend. That's terrifying. Hopefully, by spending time here, you can... learn that people that look like her are a red flag and finally move on. You can look at me and be disgusted and be like, oh, fuck, I'm so glad I got away from that bozo. And then, like, go find some, like, pink-haired bimbo to drool over. But red is my favorite color. Red is my favorite color, too. Real talk, how do you manage to keep up with everything so well? I ended up a clip lurker from 2019 all the way to 2024. So when you started streaming because it's so overwhelming even then. Well, it's hard to imagine you being boring. I am capable of being very boring when I'm nervous. Like, green hair though. Oh, Kaiser. It's funny you say that. My very first VTuber model had green hair, but like full green hair all the way through. Yeah, I can't say boring. Maybe not popular, but not boring. I was a very safe person up until Midas. Like, you do not understand. You are seeing me as I am right now, but I was not this way. Like, openly. I was very much so using personality type A when... Right now I'm broadcasting, but back then I was streaming, right? And I was looking at the popular VTubers that were not edgelords. I was looking at the edgelords and nervous, thinking, wow, if their family saw them, they'd get crucified, you know? And so I kept my opinions out of everything I did. Can you imagine Midas without any opinions? Midas with 0 opinions. That meant 0 opinions on sexuality, 0 opinions on politics, 0 tastes, 0 anything. The only thing you got was video game gameplay reactor slop and artwork. I'd play my favorite music too, but like genuinely it was a very different experience. Because I was very nervous, very scared. And that's why Midas was an interesting thing for me, because it was like, okay, if I turn off all of my self-censoring filters, who am I as a person? Because at that point in my life, I didn't know. There's that one saying, you know, you have 3 faces. You have the face you show in front of your family, the face you show in front of your friends, and the face that you show yourself. I never experimented in looking in the mirror and seeing who I was as myself as a person. And every time I did, I was very nervous to approach that topic. I would always bottle it back up and go back to personality type A or B, because those ones are highly palatable and safe around family, friends, and children. Right? Have a good lurk, Yu. I adore you. Favorite kitty cat. Boy, do you know about Warhammer 40k? I know that Ayumi is really into it recently. I haven't gotten into it myself, but if you want a broadcaster or a streamer who's really into it, I highly encourage you go look at Ayumi Onesan. Wonderful, silly creature. All 10 minutes of my time is up. I'm not just a stream kind of guy. Night, y'all. I'm resuming my lurking. Have a good one, Orlando. Have a good lurk. Thank you for the 5. So when you're shooting your psycho killer, qu'est-ce que c'est? Comes out? Yeah. $1 for every time I've cracked my skull. Artemis! 3 times? That's crazy. Yeah. But no, it was like, again, it was also, I was sharing my, what's the point of being insane if you hide the insanity from others? I can guarantee you I'm just as annoying to my family and co-workers as I am on the internet, Midas. What's something that you'd love to do as Midas, but you're afraid nobody would be interested in? As Midas, I don't care if you're interested in it, if that makes sense. I've got no pretenses I'm holding up, so I mean, hell, like I've done everything and I'm doing everything. Like I'm gonna be I'm working on a baking video right now where I'm making cinnamon rolls and giving you guys a recipe. Like I'm doing ultimate variety, right? That's the thing about this channel. It's freedom from failure. So you find Edward Elric attractive considering he lost an arm and a leg? No, because he is literally me. I'm into self-cessed, but in the case of Edward Elric, I look at him and I go, that's just a kid having like the worst day over and over and over again. Every time he has a bad day, he thinks it's over. He gets one-upped the very next day. I can't find that sexy. I just look at him and I go, damn, I feel really bad for this bitch. No, I do really like Roy Mustang, though. So even though Edward Elric has, like, you know, elements of what I like in character design and also elements of what I find attractive, he's just too specific in how he emotionally portrays himself that makes me go, damn. These emotions have hands. I feel bad for this little bitch. What was that thumbnail? I'm not sure what you mean. You mean the JoeCanvas one? Well, it's in the credits. JoeCanvas made the artwork, and it's quite beautiful. It's me laying on the car over there. See that car? I was laying on it last time we did a conversation like this. It's down there. We were stargazing. And so now we're stargazing here on top of the telephone box. She hates men who show emotions. Not that in the slightest. I just look at him and go, damn. I feel bad. I can't go into this. I'll cry. I love Ford Mustang. Lol. Is your model able to use the middle finger? Yes, it is, but my leap motion is busted. I've been trying to get it to work for the last week. Like, the last week of streams, all 5 of those days, I couldn't get it to work. The model is capable of showing the middle finger. I just don't have a toggle, and my tracking is busted. So you're gonna have to wait for that Rococo suit. What about Riza Hawkeye Smash? Riza Hawkeye is, like, a rare exception to my no tattoos rule. I'm gonna say I do not find tattoos sexy. They're a slight turnoff. That said, if everything else about a person is how I like it, I can overlook a tattoo. Good example being Riza Hawkeye. She has a massive fucking back tattoo, and I find that a massive turnoff, but the rest of her is so peak that the tattoo goes from being unsexy to being sexy. Yeah? Yeah. Like, tattoos, piercings, I'm not big on body modifications. I'm gonna be so real with you. Like, people at their baseline are typically their most attractive to me. Again, always exceptions. I'm fine with like a single ear piercing or ear piercings in general, but even then it's just like, eh. But nose piercings, I'm not a fan of. Like cheek piercings, not a fan of. Snake bites, not a fan of. Not a fan of eyebrow. I'm okay without eyebrow piercings, but like it's better without them. But you know, again, these things are like not deal breakers because they're just stylistic. You know? The only body mod that I really, really like is a split tongue. Body modifications, missing an arm. Okay, here's the thing. Missing limbs isn't a modification. That's an accident. Okay? Like, I like split tongues. Thoughts on transhuman, like bionic arm, leg, eye. Oh, those fuck. I like that. But, like, you know, to a degree, it's gotta be done tastefully, you know? I've been summoned. Ah, fuck. Always during these parts of the broadcast. You never show up during a normal part. You always come in during, like, the... Oh, we're talking about no limb. Like, what the fuck, Para? I don't like nipple piercings. Nipple piercings look so uncomfortable to me. I see, like, the bar piercing on women's nipples sometimes, and I just... It gives me, like, it freaks me. I hate to say this because this is such a woman moment word, but I think it's, like, the one instance where I could say it gives me the ick. I see, like, nipple piercings on a woman, like those cow rings or the bars, and it's just, like, ugh. I don't like it. I get the appeal of, like, oh, I want to put a chain on it and pull the boobs, but it's just, like... Its sexiness doesn't override how uncomfortable that makes me feel. It's like, if you see somebody take a cheese grater to, like, fake wiener, you know, and then point at you and say, you're next, you know? You feel that weird, uncomfortable cringe in your dick. That's the same feeling I get in my chest when I see bar nipple piercings. That fucking hurts to look at. I hate nose piercings, though. I do not like nose piercings. I'm sorry. Like, I do not... Controversial opinion. I have very few animals that I'm okay with associating myself with, right? Like, you know how some people are like, oh, I'm like a cat. Oh, I'm like a dog. Oh, I'm like a fucking barracuda. You know, the normal animals. People like, I'm so quirky. I do not like it when people associate themselves with cows. I do not. Like, it genuinely disgusts me. Cows and pigs. When people associate themselves with that, even aesthetically, I look at them and I go, oh, so, like, you have no self-confidence? You hate yourself? And I know it's not that deep. I know they're probably like, oh, cute pattern. Oh, cute animal, blah, 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 blah. But no, like, and I blame my mother for this because she's absolutely said this to me before. But, like, why would you associate yourself with a pig, an animal known for its gluttony and its disgustingness, even if it's kind of cute, right? Like, that just paints an image of the type of person that I'm supposed to see you as, right? Like, am I crazy? It's just like, oh, that pig is so cute. And it's just like, oh, yeah? And the hog in the farmer's barn that, like, a serial killer dumped a carcass in and it slurped up like a vacuum because they're omnivores. That's cute, too? Huh? It rolls around in filth and shit and mud, and you think that's cute? Big things. They've got, like, whiskers. Like, you think that you could ride that into battle? You think that's cute? That's what that little cute piglet turns into, you know? Like, you want to associate yourself with that as, like, a kawaii aesthetic. Like, don't get me twisted. I get gross equals cute. I get ugly equals kawaii culture. But pigs and cows specifically, I look at that, and elephants too. Elephants too. All of those. And I'm just like... The only one I kind of get is cows. because of the aesthetic of, like, black and white splotches. But then you get the fucking nose rings. Oh, and we're back to the piercings. I see nose rings and I think of cows. And I go, wow, that's not interesting. I actually hate that. I know it's your life and you can make personal decisions that make you feel comfortable and attractive. But I look at you and I am not attracted to you personally. And this is not your problem, but it is absolutely a problem I have. So I will not fuck you if you have a nose ring on. If you got your nose pierced and you take your piercing out, yeah, sure, fine. I don't care. If you're baseline wanting to wear it, but the nose ring comes out during sex, I don't give a shit. Okay? You will not turn me on if you have a nose ring in. Ear tags and brand tattoos. Oh god, brand tattoos. Oh yes, mega corporation. Free billboard time. Yes, look, I've got the Nike on my my shitter. I've got a Nike swoosh tramp stamp. It represents how we've been fucked by the system. What about belly button piercings? Oh, my mother has a belly button piercing and I hate it. She doesn't talk about it, but like it's just like we're at the beach and I see her belly button piercing and I'm like, you fucking whore. You had 6 kids and you have a belly button piercing? God, you make me sick. I do love my mother though. Ass cheek piercing. You know what? I didn't know that existed before just now, but I believe it. I believe it. Tongue piercing? Again, for me, the tongue is entirely different because it's internal. So when it sticks out, it's not as egregious to me. Like, I love split tongue. Like, it's my top tag in any instance. If there is, like, the ability for there to be split tongue, I'm so for it. The issue is that it's so hard to find good split tongue content because everybody has fucking full body tattoos and a billion piercings. So you can't find any good split tongue content because everything else wrecks it. Because, okay, here's the thing. When people do body modifications, they usually do split tongue as like a very final step. They don't do it as their first one, which sucks because split tongue and like everything else is totally unassuming is so fucking kino. Because you don't expect it. You don't see it coming. So Prince Albert is out of the question. Man, I just think the Prince Albert piercing and I just feel uncomfortable. Not like I hate it, but like I can only imagine how bad it feels, right? Like, ouch. Corset piercings. I like them artistically, but in practicality, again, like, how would you disinfect that? How would you keep that clean? I'm about like hygiene, you know? Like, again, I look at them artistically, I'm like, damn, that's metal as fuck. That's on an album cover, y'all. But if, like, I was going on a date with, like, let's just say a very hot guy, like a very, very hot, like, femboy, and we somehow by a miracle, we're in a Starbucks bathroom and he takes his shirt off, and I see that he's got, like, a corset piercing down his back, like, interlaced. First off, I would admire its artistry. I'd compliment it because that's really cool. But then I'd, like, not be able to hold myself back from grabbing all the ribbons and yanking as hard as I humanly can, because it's kind of like the call of the void when you're walking along the edge of a cliff, because I live where all the cliffs are. And wanting to leap, not because you want to die and not because you aren't afraid of heights. I'm terrified of heights, but because that's a base human instinct. I'd see a corset piercing and I'd want to rip all of those ribbons out. Oh. Would you date a tattoo artist? I mean, yes. Like, again, I don't have an issue with the profession of tattooing or even the idea of tattoos themselves. I just don't physically find them attractive. It's not a moral judgment. It's entirely, like, instinctual. Right? Like, I see, like, a tattoo and I'm like, okay, I can appreciate you sat in a chair for like 12 hours to get that done. But like, I don't like the way it looks on you. How
I would never get one myself. Yeah, I'm not gonna look at a tattoo and go, wow, that fucking street urchin sells drugs to homeless people and elderly woman. He probably beat his own child to death. No, like, tattoos aren't like a judge of moral character. Again, it's just entirely like, wow, nice Rick and Morty tattoo. I guess. So, you're taking an extra long time with my latte, sir. Hurry the fuck up. Yeah. Could have just got that tattoo on a piece of paper. Real. Like, again, I see, like, the theoretical appeal. Right? Because your body's a blank canvas, you want to decorate it, and you want to be unique. But it just personally is not something that looks good, in my humble opinion. There's good, like, cultural reasons and religious reasons people get tattoos, but, like, if I see, like, you've made a beautifully dedicated portrait to, like, a dead lost one on your arm, and it's, like, a photorealistic version of their face, and it wraps all the way around your forearm, like, I'll appreciate that you love them, but goddamn, I don't want to be staring at your, like, dead grandpa when I'm making out with you in this theoretical scenario. Like, that'd be so uncomfortable. I think, like, my gray area is, like, tribal tattoos, because they're very geometric, and I can be like, yeah, you know, in my mind, I could see, like, in fantasy, like, that could be, like black smoke snaking up the eye, and it lights up, and that's kind of cool, you know? And scars themselves, I don't care about. Like, if you have a big fucking slash across your face, and it's, like, scarred half your face, and half your face is melted off because of an accident, you got stuck in a fire when you were 5, and now you're 40, and half your head didn't develop, that's fine. That doesn't bother me. That wasn't an intentional choice. You didn't choose to be this, theoretically. You didn't choose to be this way, right? Malformations, deformations, not an issue with me. Tattoos? Go kill yourself. I can't make those jokes anymore. I cannot make those jokes. What about plastic surgery? I don't know. I mean, I'm torn on plastic surgery. I'm fine with it in theory, because people get it for a multitude of reasons. The practice of plastic surgery, I don't have an issue with. The overindulgence in it, where you no longer look human, it's kind of gross to me. Plastic surgery, if it remains natural looking, I don't give a shit. Do what you want. It's your money. Even big bimbo boobs, like, I'm not gonna indulge in fondling them. They look uncomfortable as shit, but, like, I don't care. Wait, did TOS change? No. No, TOS didn't change. I've just gotten some very, very bad emails recently. What happened to your hibernation? Did nobody read the fucking note? Did nobody listen to the video? Did not a single one of you read the fucking hiatus notice? I am going until July 2nd. You've got 5 more weeks with me. I'm going to crash out, I swear to God. It's like people looked at the first line and they didn't read any of the information. Like, I explained what's going on with the syndicate. I explained that I'm not graduating. But everybody's going, look, even I love Joe. I love Joe so much. JoeCanvas made the thumbnail for this broadcast. But even Joe was like, oh man, you're graduating and I'm never gonna see you again. I'm so sad. It's like, you fucking dipshits, read the fucking letter! What video? The 50K sub special. And the YouTube the note, I also put it on, I'm pretty sure I made a YouTube post about it, and on Twitter I had a note and post about it. The hiatus, and I'm not gonna repeat myself. If people ask why I'm not dead yet, I leave it to the crowd to explain it to them. All right, you guys, I'm giving you a mission, a final mission. All right, spies? All right, duders? If somebody asks why I'm not dead yet, ominously type, it was July 2nd, right? Ominously type the day I'm dying, okay? Ha! Wait, she's graduating? Might as well. Oh. Hi, Necro. Thank you for the 100 Rs. Now I know you're taking the piss. We have to put up with you for 5 more weeks. That's the spirit, Kodo. It says Midas died, according to the unread post. Nah, she's graduating. Can't have shit, man. I'm not. You know what? I know that half of you are making that joke as a meme, but there's a real temptation every time I read that to go, you know what? You know what? Why should I deny you the pleasure of being right? Maybe I won't come back. I'm not gonna do that because that's a dick move, but I swear to God, every time you do that, I feel a little closer to it. Right? $20.77. July 2nd, she died. Just jumped out of a window. Can't have shit in Detroit, man. Maybe if you didn't have so many piercings. Midas fell for the rage bait. Midas, well, we would also riot if you disappeared. Here's the thing. I will still be around. Okay, I'm just not going to be streaming or broadcasting, and I'm not going to be uploading videos. I will be invited to collabs. I will be doing things. I'm just not going to be making my mainline content anymore because I will be very busy with other stuff. Let's go, Midas. Shut the fuck up. Hope you enjoy your new 9 to 5 then. I'm very excited for it. Midas is going on hiatus to get all the piercings done. I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. If you are observant, I won't be hard to find. I would hope. Just upload shorts where you're doing content. Literally, like, I do not have the time. As, like, after I go on hiatus, I'm not uploading shorts. Like, I do not have the time. I will be uploading, like, imagine the amount of stuff I've uploaded as Midas. There was a lot at the start, and then it kind of teetered off, but I was uploading every so often, and I was broadcasting at least once a week. All of that, I will be making times 3. I will be doing that output times 3. I will not have time here. Like, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna be gutted. I'm gonna be tired. That is why I'm going on hiatus. I didn't technically have to go on hiatus. This was an active choice I made because it would not be fair to you guys to make shit or say I would make shit and then just not do it, you know? What if the race war begins before you return? If the race war fucking happens before I come back in December, then I will break all of the rules. I will go against everything that I've said, and I will come back as Midas. Immediately. That being said, I don't think a race war is going to happen. Stop trying to get me to talk about a race war. Also, hello, Nekoyaru. Huh? The one pink-haired anime woman that I can handle. I don't know if you were here when I crashed out about pink-haired anime women, but I crashed out about pink hair. I know where this is going. She's become the drone pigeon queen. Don't tell them! New here. Did I join at a bad time? You know, every single person who shows up at any point in any of my broadcasts says the exact same thing. You are here exactly when you need to be. Wow, crashing out about pink hair anime girls? The Midas hate of woman has no bounds. Look. I hate all women. Equally. I hate myself, even. I look in the mirror and I go, oh, what the fuck is that? No. Like, if I was showing favoritism to a certain kind of woman, that would make me a sick freak. Okay? No. You don't like Bochi? Bochi isn't a VTuber. What about dwarves versus elves? Oh, elves are sex. Elves are pure sex. I think elves are pure sex. Dwarves are very practical, I fear. And I relate to them a little too much, so I don't like to think about them. Who should we watch while you're away? Any of the people in my vicinity. We've got a whole syndicate of VTubers you can pick from. Midas hates Bomi confirmed. Bomi and Pixie are my greatest ops. Did you not see the hand cam? Those two were fucking slandering me the whole time. And they were trying to hold my hand, and I got extorted into holding feet with Pixie. It was the worst. 0 out of 10. Wait, what? Shut the fuck up, Para. Oh, chat. Para just exposed the fact that he didn't watch the off collab. Can we get Rip Para in chat? Fake fan Para in chat? Yeah, no, the off collab that I did with Bomi and Pixie on Sunday is hosted on Bomi's channel, and we play with a Ouija board. We unbox some little figures, and there is a gratuitous amount of hand-holding, and at one point, I mockingly said, oh yeah, if somebody donates X amount, we'll hold feet. And then it was done immediately, so I fucking hate my life, and I had to... me and Pixie had feet holding for like 1 minute. In my defense, I got to keep my socks on. Both vaults are back up, by the way. Oh, hell yeah. There's someone that goes to Jeffrey Epstein. Lol. Neat, I guess. ... Shut up. Just hold or interlace. We tried to interlace, but we had socks on, so it was just like this weird mashing of feet together. If left Pixie locked up in the Lego store. Oh, I think about that every day. Yeah, no, me and Pixie and Bomi were at the mall. Did I just hear a Discord call end? Was I
Was I sitting in a Discord this whole time? No, I wasn't sitting in a Discord, was I? Wait, why do I have so many notifications? Okay, thank God. I wasn't sitting in one. People were just messaging me. You know how fucking scared I was for this? She's like, wait, whose Discord was I sitting in? I don't remember sitting. I was asleep. Was somebody listening to me sleeping? Jesus Christ. I swear to God, I thought I heard, like, the Discord leaving noise. Alright, let's catch up with Supas. Goodbye, Midas. Oh, shut up, Headpad7443. And thank you for the 5. DZ, thank you for the 6MYR. It's fun to spread wild rumors about Midas. No, every rumor about me is true at the same time, even the ones that conflict with each other. So you're just spreading the unadulterated, pure truth, facts, and logic. Let's just say, hypothetically, for the sake of argument. Charles Martins, thank you for the 5. What would be a good place to hunt for zombies, by the way? Some hints? Any city with a high population. Dynamatic, thank you for the 250 bits. Try not to fall for any more rage bait. I'm not! The Furnace. Furnace. Thank you for subbing 11 months. You suck rum. And you slap nuts. And Dragon Nova, thank you for this 1 month at tier 1 on Twitch. Xander, thank you for the 5. We gather here today to honor Midas, who was taken out by a runaway clown car July 2nd. Are you telling the future? Is that like my final destination death? I just clown car? Flipper Penguin, thank you for the 2. What's your favorite music genre? Opinion on breakcore? I don't listen to much breakcore, so I'm not entirely certain. But I like operatic metal. I like symphonic rock. I like those 2 genres. I really like Nightwish. Listen to The End of All Hope. That's a great song. It starts off strong. D. McKay, thank you for the €2. She will be away because she's running from the law. Aw, dang, you got me again. Mimic Box, thank you for the 5. Have advice on how to start a conversation while powering through anxiety? Past betrayals give me the equivalent fear to peering over a tower. Also, Tater. That's difficult. Conversations are very difficult. I'm better at doing them now than I have been historically, but even I have a very hard time with them. It's easy when I'm on a screen and I'm like, I've got this face on. But in real life, I actually have a very hard time. Even during the off collab with people I was comfortable with, I didn't know what to say. Like, you listen to the hand can bod, and I'm like fucking shaking. I've got like the liquor, and I'm like, I don't know what to fucking do. There's humans here. At one point, I think I just went entirely mute, actually. Like, IRL mute. I was just like, I'm a very anxious person in reality. And I guess that informed my earlier VTubing personas, right? But again, it's tied to fear. It's tied to fear of judgment. It's tied to immediate consequences. I suppose if I applied my Midas logic to my real life, I would also feel better about things. Let loose your perceived fear of immediate consequences for things that do or don't matter. But again, my advice isn't great advice, because I also need advice like that, you know? But that's a good one. My sandwich costs a little more than this. Well, Ravenous Raven. Did you get like a Subway sandwich? Because it's like $7 footlongs these days. Thank you for the 5. Dima K, thank you for the 2. How many guys have you pegged? 0 so far. One day, I will give you an updated tally mark. Hopefully it's more impressive. Take my money, dear Skicho Oshi, and have a nice break.
Thank you, Ratchet, the red super. This money will go towards making excellent stuff. That is... What can I even say? That's a lot. Thank you for the 100. The donathon. Oh, fucking Christ almighty. I'm in an interesting spot right now with the donathon because I've got the money. It's sitting there. And I've delegated everything to specific projects and I'm starting on them. I've got... Oh, actually... I've got a work in it's not far enough along yet. But we've got the concert stuff because I'm putting on a concert with the Syndicate Girls. So you'll have like a miniature, but very intense. Well, not even miniature. I guess I say miniature because there's only 3 of us. But you're going to have a substantial VTuber concert put on by us. We're all going to have matching models now. 3D-wise. Like, it's going to be exciting. We're going to have songs mixed. I know Bomi was getting originals done on her end. Getting original outfits. I'm getting the Rococo suit. Everything is exactly as is allotted. Any extra would be going towards the comeback in December with the new Live 2D model. Because the Live 2D part entirely paid for. The model itself, like the texture, the artwork, paid for. It's all going back into content, I swear to fucking God. I'm looking at my account and I'm like, is there any left over? For like anything, and it's just like, oh no, it's going back into assets. That's the thing they don't tell you about being a YouTuber or a VTuber in general is how much things go back into it's. I should have like an itemized breakdown. That'd be kind of cool. I'll consider it. But yeah, the rest of whatever gets made from this point on is going to the taxes that are going to have to given to the Canadian government for getting X amount of money, because the Canadian government's really scary about, collecting taxes. And then the rigging itself, because I would like a nice rig. I swear to God, why do I keep hearing Discord noises? I'm not... Hold on, let me just double check. I swear, I have them both off, and I'm in streamer mode. So, like, what the fuck is going on? No, I'm not in any... Okay, fine. Fuck me, I guess. By the way, I'm not a sociopath for the way I eat Oreos. Putting them on a fork to dip them is optimal. Headpads, 3443, thank you for the 5. I'm not going to say that you're a sociopath, but I am going to say that you're suboptimal as a human being for creating more dishes when you really don't need them. Like, just fucking dunk it with your fingers. Don't be a pussy. Lick your fingers afterwards. Who cares? The fact that you have to, like, wash another dish to eat Oreos is repugnant and vile. It has nothing to do with sociopathy. It's just like, really? You want to make another dish? The fuck is wrong with you? If somebody sent you a $500 super chat asking to date you, would you accept the offer? Jack Frost, thank you for the 5. No. No, that is inappropriate. That is highly inappropriate. Like, that's funny meme, but that is highly inappropriate and not something I can ever safely... I need to tell you guys, I have had to remove my business emails from different places, because I've been getting really creepy fucking emails. Like, really bad, creepy fucking emails recently. To the point where I was considering canceling going to Off-Kai entirely. Like, entirely. Like, I have to hire security for Off-Kai. That's how bad it's getting. I'm not gonna date somebody just because they donate $500. I don't think I could safely date anybody from the Duder community at this point. It's very fucking scary. Midas, what's your opinion about autism? I don't care. If you actually have autism, I mean, as long as you're doing your best to be functional, I can't judge you for it. If you have issues that I can help with, why not? I'm like 99% sure that Sisyphus is heavily autistic. I'm like genuinely, but like, you know, we also all hate all the trend TikTokers that claim autism that don't have it, you know? It's just, I don't care about that. If you're genuinely doing your best and you're working to be a better person and you're mitigating the nerfs that you were born with, why should I think any less of you? And not, I don't have fucking autism. Shut the fuck up, Necro. Yeah, no, no, I'm getting security guard. I'm also not going to be accepting gifts. Like, at Offkai, I was initially going to be like, okay, well, I have a rule set for gifts. The only gifts I'm going to accept are things that are thinner than than an AirPod. So basically paper. If it's thicker than paper, I cannot, for my fucking safety, accept it. It doesn't matter how wonderful or handmade it is. I'm not going to accept food items because, no, I've just been getting a lot of scary shit. Midas is a serial contrarian. Of course, that's my favorite sport. Yeah, no, it's very dark. Literally during the broadcast, as we were going live, I got more fucking emails. Like got notified for them. I'm sure the fucker is watching right now, and I want you to know that I do not... Anyway. Yeah, no, I think I am gonna have to actually shut down my business email. I don't... No. Midas, you want to consider the possibility of having autism, your Midas? Nah! Some streamers have separate P.O. box for items. Well, when I get gifted gifts from duders, I get it through Throne, so they do not touch the items. That's why I'm entirely comfortable accepting gifts that way. Like, if you gift me something through Throne, it's fine. But, like, handing it off to me personally, I'll sign it for you. But, no. It's not autism, it's character. And that's crazy, maybe nations. I'm just here to hear your opinions and stuff. What the fuck is this stalker BS now? Oh, my opinion? My opinion? I know that VTubing and content creation is built off the back of you want to relate to the person that you're being entertained by, but my hot take is that if you feel like you're getting way too emotionally attached, if you feel like there is an existence where you can directly affect the person in a way that matters, that you need to take a step back and reevaluate your life's priorities. It's like if you heard a host on the radio who had wife and kids, and you imagined as a 50s housewife, oh, well, what if I broke into his house and I just swept him off his feet? You know, just... It's like, no, that's not healthy. It's not good for you as the person who feels emotionally trapped and disenfranchised, and it's not good for the person on the other side because they don't even know half the time, unless of course they're like a fucking like GFE experience. Then they're kind of priming you for that on purpose. Then that's their kind of what they signed up for. But like typical normal ass people, it's like watching Joe Rogan and going, oh yeah, I want to fucking climb through his window and suck him off in the middle of the night, and I know that he'll love it because I'm his secret one and only. It's like, no! He doesn't know who you are! By the way, if any of you successfully sneak through Joe Rogan's window and you win his heart, tell me on Twitter, like, tag me, and I will, like, personally, like, broadcast in your honor. Be like, damn, guys, look at this freak of nature. No. Question everybody in chat. We expunged the stalkers with extreme a prejudice once discovered it. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. No, telling people that I'm autistic or trans. Oh, I missed that. Is weird because they treat me like I'm a completely different person from the one they were talking to before. Damn, Midas hates me specifically. That's crazy, Hidden. Duders for Rogan. I have borderline personality disorder, so I genuinely stay away from having to care about the streamer. Like, I have to not care. Otherwise, I get super clingy and weirdly attached to them. It sucks. Jack Frost, thank you for the 10 USD. And I get it. I get it. I get it. Though, personally, it's not, for me, it's not entertainers or streamers. I could never get into the, like, oh my god, this Hollywood actor is the best thing in the whole wide world, or, oh, this VTuber Oshi of mine I daydream about, and I'm gonna give all my, worldly inheritance. No, but if I find attachment to anybody tangible, then it's, like, the same kind of, like, permanent state of mind. It's not great, you know? Tried to do VTubing shit for once. My chat was dead, so no biggie. I cannot imagine absolute ADHD needed for reading all the comments. I mean, it's how I entertain myself, truly. I went crazy. Ketamine, ape-fueled, Jex with Joe Rogan. Inside a studio as Jamie watches an horror. Dreams! That's repugnant. I like that word. But thank you for the 5. I hate how any kind of cold or illness makes me go into asshole on steroids. Maybe it could be worse. Fucking hell, I hate that you can't simply enjoy the event now. What the fuck is wrong with people? On God, I was crying in VC last night. Like, I was going to broadcast yesterday on Wednesday. I was tired, but I also I was too shaken up by some of the shit I was getting in my inbox. Like, I was like, I genuinely have to cancel off, Kai. I can't go. This is genuinely dangerous. But my friend, who is another VTuber who is a guest at the con, graciously was like, okay, here's the number for the security team. Here's who you can contact. Here's what you can do. And let's build a strategy. Let's make this work. You can do this safely. You like energy drinks? Oh, fuck yeah. You can use code Midas for 10% off your gamer subs. I had a massive addiction to Monster at the beginning of Midas that ruined all my teeth, and you guys actually helped save them. Can you share the emails on stream? The issue is I don't know if that makes the problem worse. I mean, I don't know what kind of detail I can get into without making the guy jack off thinking of himself, knowing that he personally made me react, right? Like, it's bad enough I'm talking about it. I don't know. I don't actually have qualms about making the username public. That, it's like, fine. Yeah, no, I hope that this person who's scaring the shit out of me gets his comeuppance. It's more along the lines of, I don't know what is appropriate, and I need to ask for next step help from people who know better about this shit than me. For the Midas security team fun. Thank you, Charles Martins, for the 20 CAD. Rule 1, don't feed the trolls. Yeah, and I've already fed them quite a lot by talking about this, but, like, yeah. You still talking about Joe Rogan? Oh, yes, Joe Rogan. I keep dozing off only to come back about somebody jacking off. No. Anyway. In other news, though, Coconut Rum's back. So the reason they were all pulled off the shelves was because they wanted to repackage all of them, and so they didn't make any more, and they had like a 2-week period where they were just repackaging all of the Cocoa Rums. And now the cans are half size for the same price. It's bullshit. I swear to God. It's the same rum, but the can is now really thin, like an energy drink can, instead of thick, like a Coca-Cola can. It's really tall, but before it was like really wide, and now it's like this skinny. I can wrap my tiny fucking fingers around. I've got a tiny hand. I've got fucking Donald Trump-sized fingers. Like, I've got like baby hands, and I can wrap my fingers around the width mostly of this Coke can, this Cocoa Rum can. Like, it's pathetic. Bought some merch from your shop. Gotta say, you're one of the few VTubers that offers merch at a reasonable price. Also, Chaos Monster flavor is the best. Thank you, Wargame, and thank you for the 10. When I'm listed... So, okay. I can't control prices for Uwu Market. That one is set by Uwu Market. And it's all pretty standard there. And when you do brand collaborations, you don't really get the choice to set the prices. It is whatever the brand finds profitable. And that's fair. But when I have my own personal merch on Fourth Wall, I actually have it set to the lowest possible price that Fourth Wall will allow. Because they allow you to set your own custom prices. But even the lowest possible one is genuinely a little too expensive for my taste. I look at that and I go, duh. But if I set it any lower, then I don't actually... It's not even that I make no money, it's that I lose money. Because if shipping is too much on certain items, then I have to personally foot the cost. So it's more so like... I do get a little bit of money from the Fourth Wall purchases, but it's more such that people have the ability to have fun, interesting merch items at, like, almost reasonable prices. It's like, what would I personally want to pay for something? Though sometimes the fucking shoes... The shoes, I do personally end up having to pay out of pocket to ship to people. Which is, like, fine. I don't care. I think it's really funny, and I love people buying my custom shoes because they're obnoxious, and I love them. But yeah, every time somebody buys a pair of shoes, I lose $1. Can you imagine that? Having merch, only to, like, lose money on merch? That's crazy. The posters, I think I make the best margin off of. The posters and the limited time cups. Those are the only ones that I really made money off of. Everything else, it's more... I made them because I want people to have fun merch. I'm literally addicted to energy drinks. Send help. I can't send help, but, like, I can send you a discount code for 10% off of gamer subs. Is merch region locked? America also wholly out in 100? Wholly 100? Yeah, no, the red supers have been going a little nuts today. Thank you, Geodax or Lodadsky for 100 euros. Enjoy this monies and buy yourself a bottle of Flor de Cana, smoothest rum I've ever tasted. Ooh. Okay, straight up, chat. Rum is my favorite liquor. Like, rum is 100% my favorite liquor. It is so good. I will take that recommendation. I'll put that down in my notes app right now. Lore. Aye, Captain. Ashalotl, thank you for the 10. On mental illness, I remember your video about it. Is there a line between destigmatizing mental illness versus minimizing it too much? As someone with several things, I don't know how much I should say. So, it's the same line. Oh, Ken! Thank you for the raid! Welcome in, raiders! Sorry, I got very distracted. 3 minutes ago. I'm sorry! I'm so bad at... But welcome on in. How you doing, Ken? My favorite silly femboy. How does it feel knowing that I'm going to vanish? Huh? You've got time-limited Midas time. I appreciate you. Thank you guys for joining me. We're just chilling on the phone box. Oh, fucking hell. Shoes. But yes, for mental illness, destigmatization versus minimizing it, it really comes down to the intent of the poster mixed with their presentation. A lot of people will claim to be trying to destigmatize it, but their presentation is entirely almost borderline parody. It is infantilizing it, and it is mocking it. It needs to be treated with an air of seriousness and professionalism to help with destigmatizing. And normalizing it by just existing and doing normal things and not talking about it, but living by example is also a great way to destigmatize it. But minimizing it or infantilizing it is like... It's like the fucking TikTokification of it, if that makes sense. Like the... eating 6 cookies from Crumble Cookie. It's somebody with Asperger's syndrome and my reaction. Like, that shit is sensationalized and stupid. I hate it when normal people do it, but when people do it and they use their physical or mental illness as like a tagline or as a flavor text or as entertainment value, oh, it pisses me the fuck off. Like, it is so disingenuous. It's why I fucking hated Ticks and Roses so much, who, at the end of the day, ended up being caught for being a faker. They were faking their Tourette's, but all of it was just, like, content slop, where they were faking having Tourette's, and they used that as, like, their main, like, draw and appeal. Instead of just being a, hey, I'm a person with Tourette's, welcome to my environment, and then making normal shit and just enjoying, you know? If you're not a medical professional, don't make medical content. If you have, like, knowledge and deeper knowledge of a subject, it's good to bring it up once in a while when questions are asked, but, like, making it your personality instead of just something that is part of you is when it pisses me off. It doesn't matter if you're faking it or not. Turning yourself into a freak show and putting yourself in a cage for people to point and laugh at will never be something I'm okay with. That just puts targets on other people's heads when they never asked for it. So treat it with care. If you want to talk or make content about mental illness, trying to destigmatize it, exist. Exist and do your best and enjoy yourself. And once in a while, if it's relevant, you can bring it up. That is fine because it's important. It's something about you, you know? I bring up borderline personality disorder once in a while because it's relevant, because it's something I have, and it's something I feel like I have an authority to talk about when it's relevant. But I don't make, hey guys, I have BPD content. This is my life with BPD. Top 10 favorite people as someone with BPD. It's just like, no, when people do that, it's like, I'm not a fucking well, okay. I'm a VTuber, so I'm wearing the skin of a cartoon character. But I'm a real fucking person. That's so gross. Let me catch up on Supas real quick. But also, first, I exist every day, motherfucker. Oh, hi, Pixie. What's your opinions on rum and eggnog? It's awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. White rum or regular? White rum, chilled cell. Isn't Cinders still part owner of Gamer Subs? Who fucking knows? Who fucking knows what Cinder's up to these days? She's kept silent. She's been removed from, like, her partner websites. Just... don't make a judgment until the final bell tolls. What is Roman eggnog? Rum and eggnog. Rum and eggnog. What is BPD? I haven't heard of that. Borderline personality disorder. Midas, thoughts on whiskey? Whiskey's alright. I personally don't like the burn. She got removed. Oh, Cinder got removed from fucking Mythic. She's been removed from the Mythic website. I don't know if that was by her own personal decision or if upper management went, yeah, no, this I know that we've got like everyone else under the sun who's theoretically identical to you, but right now your PR is bad, so we're killing you. Yeah, borderline person. It was asked, so I'll say it. But borderline personality disorder is otherwise abbreviated as BPD, not to be confused with bipolar disorder. Is when you've got like it's a shape of the brain kind of thing. Sometimes you can develop it with severe bouts of trauma, but a lot of times you're born with it. And I personally was born with it. My dad had it, my grandfather had it, which is really fucking weird because it's supposed to be a feminine majority mental disorder. Shape of the front of your brain, and it makes you process emotion differently, kind of like how psychopaths can't process emotion like normal people. But I'm not a psychopath. Instead of feeling nothing, I feel everything. And what this means is that it's to every extreme. So happiness is pure ecstasy. Sadness is suicidal depression. Fear is like, I'm going to die and I'm going to have a heart attack and it physically affects you. Just like every emotion is at its maximum on the slider, and it's very difficult to be on any other point. There's no medication for it. There is only training, like psychological training that you can go through as a child, and as you get older, you can kind of work through it. They can put you on antidepressants, but that turns you into a fucking zombie. And I don't need antidepressants because I'm not depressed. I'm just fucking stupid and crazy, you know? Anyway, it's been a difficult life for me because of this. I have lost job opportunities. I can't connect to people in a normal way offline. I've never been romantically inclined to, like go after other people because it's like, I'm also very physically violent. Like IRL, like I kind of go into like blackout drunken rages when I'm not even drunk because that's just how I'm hardwired. So like I don't pursue romance because that is so unfair. I know so many people who actually have borderline personality disorder aside from me that obsessively chase after romance because they're scared of being abandoned and being alone. I'm also scared of being alone, but I circumvent that through other methods. One of them is like VTubing, another is being obsessively like, making sure that my family is safe. But people chase romance in that scenario, and I, for the life of me, can't because I'm terrified of like, well, what if I romantically, like I fall in love with someone? What if I go on a date with someone and then I trick them into thinking I'm normal, and then we finally like are together for a few months and then I beat them to a pulp? I would never be able to live with myself. Like, that is so unfair to another person to stick them with me, right? So, and it's also unfair to me because I'm putting unrealistic expectations upon myself because I know what I am and am not capable of handling. So, no, that is basically the main reason I don't chase romance, is because I can't physically handle it. And that is kind of the consequence of BPD. Now, TikTok got a handle on BPD recently, and now every 12-year-old that wants to LARP as Jeff the Killer is like, oh my god, guys, I'm so edgy, I'm on BPD. It's like, oh my fucking god. Anyway, I don't even want to begin. I don't even want to begin to talk about how much I hate TikTok kids. We're about to see Midas Ice Bottle beating the sequel. Here's the thing. That was entirely, like, reasonable in my mind. I didn't understand what was going on, because that was partially High School Stupid. But, like, it was full adrenaline, full, like, everything is gonna be good. This is great. I feel so happy and excited. We're just having a tussle. It was, like, full elation, beating the shit out of this guy. And afterwards, it was, like, severe fear and depression afterwards, because it's like, oh god, what have I done? Like, no. No. Like, I don't want to have kids. Like, I'd love to have kids. Genuinely. I
I love kids. I love taking care of kids. I like to think that my nieces and nephews are the light of my life, but I would never give birth because I would kill the child. I would genuinely accidentally kill the child. I can see that in myself. I fear that of myself. If I was to ever take care of a child, I would probably only adopt one that's a teenager. I would straight up just be like, hey, you're like 14 and you're stuck in the system and nobody wants you. Fuck yeah, get over here. Here's the list of like things that you're allowed to do with me if do to me if I'm off the handle. There's your secret beating stick. Hide it somewhere I can't see it. And if I, for some reason, go on a blackout rage, you're allowed to hit me over the head. Here's my written permission slip. But, like, no, like, literally a baby. I'm fine in, like, bursts. I can babysit. But no, 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 no. Like, I wouldn't be able to live with myself if I knew that I killed somebody like that, you know? Like that haunts me. I have nightmares about that. Just adopt one of your Sims, broski. Nah. What about hurting yourself instead of the other person? Well, I mean, yeah, there's tons of that, too, in the community, and it's different for every person. But, like, it's what you don't get the choice, really. You can't underestimate being wrong. Right? Like, you can't underestimate how disjointed it is to be wrong. Because it's like, again, white hot rage. You do not physically feel in control of your body. It's like you're piloting a really shitty mech. You're watching a bad movie. And you kind of come out of a haze every so often, and you feel justified in every single thing that you're doing in that moment, so you don't even want to stop. Right? And then when you finally come out of it, it's like... This is gonna sound really cringe, but this is why Ivan the Terrible and his son Ivan is my favorite painting of all time, historically. When I was in university, that was one of the paintings we got to look at. And I remember the look of the haunting terror on Ivan the Terrible's face as he's cradling his dying, dead son that he bludgeoned to death. As he's realizing what he's done, I'm like, oh my god, I'm fucking Ivan the Terrible. I look at that and I look at that and I feel horror. I feel knots in my stomach. That's a piece of artwork that's so resonant with me. And I carry it with me in my soul because it's like, that could be me. In like another life. If I didn't purposely nerf myself at every single point, if I tried to live a normie lifestyle, that would be me. Don't they prescribe antipsychotics for you in the issues as they do for me? Or do you not like meds at all? They don't help. They don't help. I took the antipsychotics and I took the antidepressant. Like, they gave me, like, a whole roundabout. But they didn't give them to me as a child. Because as a child, you're not technically supposed to be diagnosed. They told me that I had it, but I didn't have a formal diagnosis till I was, like, a teenager. And as a teenager, my parents refused to let me have the antipsychotics. They were very strict about me getting mental training and going through lots of, like, therapists and stuff. I mean, that did, like, a little bit, but, you know. In university is when I first started medicating for it. I personally went and got prescriptions, and I found that all it did was it turned me into a zombie. It didn't change how I felt about things. It just meant that I couldn't think. So I went from being dumb to stupid. Anyway, this has gotten dark, and I don't want to talk about this anymore. Let's catch up on the supas. I'm still behind. Sosuke Aizen, thank you for the vibe. I will locate Joe Rogan and give him the sloppiest toppy. Thanks for encouraging us to dox people. You're the best! Oh, mwah. Good job. What else am I missing? Imagine if Joe Rogan was in chat right now. Can you imagine, Ravenous Raven? Thank you for the 5. Charles Martins, thank you for the 20 for the Midas Security Team Fund.
Dil McKay, thank you for the €2. Don't talk about it. Creeps love it. Yeah. Let's keep going. Oh my god, you guys are moving too quickly. There we go. Milestones by 30 is what brought me here. Pushing 29, starting to think about making progress in a new career. Thanks for helping me confront some of my worries, and best of luck in your endeavors. Odd D user. Even though we're not on time, according to all the media, we can still try, even if we're upset, even if we're disenfranchised. I think a lot of people misunderstood that video as to be like doom and gloom, like, oh, it's so over, because you look in the comment section and a lot of people are going, well, I know you said don't talk about your accomplishments, but like, what about your accomplishments? You did this, this, and this. And it's just like, so you guys really didn't get the point. I literally said that regardless, there are some thresholds I am not meeting, and it's upsetting, but we're working through this. I even said I don't have my license yet, but I am working on it. And then people in the comments are just like, well, just do it. It's like, I literally said I am. Anyway. Life isn't over until you're dead. Even if it's not in the timeline that the world promised to you. I'm working to be better every day. And I think you are all capable of also being better every day. Even if you're having a rough time. And thank you for the 10. Odd user. G reads, thank you for the 5. Making your faults or personality is embarrassing and shouldn't be embraced. Your mistakes are a part of you. Oh wait, no. Should be embraced. Your mistakes are a part of you. It should not be encompassing your entire self. Okay, I think I get what you're saying. Yeah, no, yeah. It's one thing to embrace a part of yourself, and it's another thing to, again, fucking woobify it. It's another thing to turn it into a sensational gimmick for fun. Ravenous, thank you for the 10. In California. It's Friday in California. They put video game addiction as a mental illness. You know what? And they're abso-fucking-lutely right for that one. I'm still, whiffing what the fucking it right now to this day. I think you need to get checked out. How do they medicate you for video game disorder? I truly wonder. Should not be embraced, goddammit. Oh, okay, good. I was worried. Lol. Solskay Azon, thank you for the 5. You speak about cup sales, but the GamerSupps tech support tells me there isn't. I'm so confused. Where's it at? Cup sales. No, I, on Fourth Wall, like, no, I do not have a GamerSupps cup. I think you misunderstand there. I do not have a GamerSupps cup. I have not gotten a GamerSupps cup. I do not have a Shaker cup. No, on Fourth Wall, I had limited runs of glass cups that I personally got out there. That is something entirely different. I had like 1 month long runs of 3 different cups. I probably will try, like, I will try to do one more. The reason I stopped doing them was because of the first time that, like, there was, like, the tariff raise, and then there was, the Canadian, like, shipping shit, just issues, you know? Gavinia, thank you for the $9.99. Midas, is it weird to have so many VTubers I watch? There's you, Narissa, Shy Lily, Chumba, and, Pumapon, and Camilla, and Milky Ways, etc. I feel like such a loser. I am a trans girly. I mean, people have like 1 billion TV shows they watch. Does that make them a loser? Because they like to watch fucking The Last of Us? The answer is yes, if you like The Last of Us, by the way. And, The Walking Dead, and, I Love Lucy from the 50s, or like... Or does it make you weird to, you know, tune in every week to your favorite thing? No. You've just replaced one form of media with another, and you just so happen to have your own versions of TV shows that you like. I personally think that Narissa Ravencroft is a very peak choice. Peak cinema. No. Being a loser is allowing it to affect your day-to-day life in such a way that it's disruptive and degenerative, making it such that you are unable to function. Like, if you're sitting there watching VTubers while you're doing work or while you're eating food or maybe you're unwinding, going to sleep, hell yeah. People do that for all sorts of media. But if you're doing it to the point where you're at, like, your job and you're, like, I don't know, trying to serve fast food and you're hiding from customers to watch VTubers and you get fired and then you go home and you watch VTubers and you don't get groceries and you're starting to waste away. No, that is loser behavior. That is bad. That is unhealthy. And you need to stop. You need to genuinely check yourself. But, like, before the point of self-destruction, who cares? Just enjoy your life. Everything is so short. And all of your VTubers one day will eventually graduate. YouTubers only have like a 10-year lifespan at their most successful, unless they're freaks of nature. Hell, like, VTubers tend to have a lot shorter lifespans. So, enjoy them. Bruh dude, thank you for the 10 give members. Okra, thank you for the 5. Very personal, but I have BPD as well. And they don't prescribe they don't prescribe antipsychotics. Okay, we already did that one. Liquid is here, thank you for the 5. Okay, but Midas, have you considered what if the baby kills you? What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. You see, I have survived many babies, including myself. I have a massive issue with dissociation. I'll have enormous memory gaps and always end up confused. People who actually go through that live hell. It isn't something someone brags about. Oh, 1,000 fucking percent, Ashalotl. 1,000%. That's why I really can't take multiple personality disorder very seriously. I'm sure there are very real cases of it out there, but every one of them that I've seen online are so radically cartoonified and gamified by people who don't understand what's going on. It's very obvious. Fucking fictives. Yes, I picked my favorite character, Komaeda Nagito, to be one of my alters. That's not how any of that fucking works, if it worked like that at all. No. Oh, I dissociated. What's going on? My name is Nagito Komaeda. Darman. Wild username. Darman me. Thank you for the 10 months of tier 1. Congrats on chasing a dream. And have you heard of the Martha Wells book series, The Murderbot Diaries? It's got an Apple TV series that's pretty accurate to the books, and it's basically an inverse of the Artemis Fowl movie. Huh. I haven't heard of that at all. Interesting. Martha Wells Murderbot Diaries. I'll keep my eye out. If I have a moment, I'll take a peek. Tank Pacer, thank you for the 2. This is making me sad. Femboy ranking. Go! I'm gonna say, femboys, for me, like, visually, I like all kinds, but my favorite are the ones that are, gender ambiguous. Ambiguous until the pants come off. I don't entirely like femboys that have really puffy nipples. I like them to be very flat and, like, very flat. Sometimes I like them more masculine than others because, you know, but I don't necessarily like them twinky as a rule, if that makes sense. Just, I don't know, I guess it's taste of the day. I guess I like them androgynous. I either like them androgynous or I like them very clearly, like, very male, but actively deciding to dress up like a femboy. Bruh, I'm working out. Life is a poker. Fuck yeah, cheers to that. Thank you for the 5 SGD. As long as you're not ignoring customers to look at funny yellow woman, then hell yeah. Like, I listen to VTubers while doing shit too. As long as it's not making you get fired. Alright, I think we're finally fucking caught up on Supers. Used to be a femboy. It was really fun and really nerve-wracking. Fair enough, Gavina. More of a tomboy fan for girls and a femboy fan for guys. You get it! You get it, Green Raccoon, you get it. Oh my god, I love tomboy. I like true tomboys. I would say that Midas is almost a proper tomboy, but not quite there. No, I mean like fucking crew cut, could almost pass as like a butch lesbian kind of tomboy. For VTubers, like, the most attractive female VTuber for me is that fucking horse one. That American military horse girl VTuber. Peak tomboy. Holy shit. How do you manage the talking and the camera at the same time? I'm not entirely sure. Put the fries in the bag. Can't talk right now. I'm watching pins. Tome, yeah! Yeah, she is peak sex. She is so peak sex. Like, I haven't watched a ton of her content, but I follow her socials purely because I love looking at her model. I actually should watch her more. Huh. Yeah, no, I should watch her more. Maybe I'll try and catch up on her VODs again. I was just watching that stream before this broadcast. Oh, really? She was just live? Huh. Is your back straight right now? If not, correct your posture. It is straight because it's pressed back against the wall of my closet. I couldn't curve my spine if I tried. First time catching you live. Hi, Quigsy. I did not just look up American military tomboy horse girl VTuber. She's streaming right now? Wait. Also, hello, LT. One LT Rooster. Hold on. It would be hard to watch her for you, at least. You usually stream at the same time. Oh, that's crazy. Wait. Let's kind of pull her up right now. I'm kind of curious. What is she talking about? Like, I want to show you guys what she looks like, because she is very peak. Now, for those who don't know, she recently joined Videre. Okay, she's on YouTube. I wonder if I could raid into her, actually. That would be really great.
Dress with the chest rig and a multi-cam.
Okay, let's mute a little bit, and I will, can I... Hold on. Like, you guys need to see what she looks like. She is so peak sex. Here, let's make a new thing in OBS, and I'll share screen. Window capture. She's playing Call of Duty right now. Like, I want you to look down there. How do I? Oh God! Now we're just watching a Tommy stream, guys. It's no longer mine; it's hers. Turn off the background. Turn off the game. Actually, I can turn on the background. Let me just crop this. Filters. Crop. Top left. So 400. Right. 300. That should be good enough. Stealing content? No! I'm showing you guys what she looks like because she's peak. The female BoJack Horseman. Looks like any VTuber model. Are you kidding? You need to see her full body. You need to see her full body. Her full body is... Hold on. Let's... Here's her debut. I love how this went from a regular chatting to like, guys, I want to show you like the tomboy that I like. I want to show you that. I want to show you my favorite tomboy. No, I haven't caught one of her streams in a hot second. Yeah, I'll try to raid into her. Crop. Wait, where did it go? Oh, and she's gone. Whatever. I'll just grab like the link to her channel. I guess it's weird to kind of like promote a random VTuber, but like she's peak. She's peak. Since she's enlisted in the army, she's definitely running a caffeine, nicotine, and spite the official diet of all soldiers below warrant officer rank. Exactly! You get it, Necro. You get it. Something went wrong. Oh my god, did I literally get timed out of my own fucking broadcast for posting a link? I got timed out on my own fucking channel for posting a link. Hold on. Fixed it. Okay. I'll never do React content. I wasn't reacting to the content. I was just showing the model design. Fuck you. React content would be going, hey guys, look at this, and then sitting in the corner like this with the whole video in the background going, rah, 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 and then stopping the video going, wow, guys, isn't that crazy? Rah, 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 wow, isn't that crazy? Wow, isn't that... Shut up. Very subtle thumbnail. What? It's me laying on the car. Did the thumbnail not change? Like, is there something wrong with the thumbnail? I thought I set it to the art that JoeCanvas made. It's me laying on that car. You must own a chair to react. Hey guys, let's watch a 2-hour meme video and talk about it. The only React content you ever got out of me, and ever will get out of me as Midas, is that fucking Artemis Fowl movie watch-along. By the way, I think the VOD is still up on Twitter. I mean, on Twitch. That is the only way that you can watch it right now, because YouTube has given me a massive anal prolapse trying to re-upload that, because it's got Disney stuff in it. Nurse's sister also has a split tongue. Oh, so she's sex. Have you considered VR chat meetups? Yes, I have, actually. I just haven't gotten around to doing them. Thumbnail still there? Okay, good. You react to half the comments. You shut the fuck up, you hair splitter. But how the hell did you get on the box? Audacity. Please call me good boy. Space Soldierman. No. Would you be okay with me chopping up the watch along to a video then? That way it could still be stored somewhere? Prof, if you did that and you got through the YouTube censors, I would pay you. Genuinely. If you managed to make a supercut of that with like timestamps to where in the movie we were, I would pay you money. But I guarantee you will have a hard time. Please call me a bad boy. Meth wizard, I swear to God, I'm not gonna call you anything because you keep jumping into my broadcast waiting rooms and going, late, 20 minutes before broadcast starts. I swear to God, I will pickle you. I will put you in a fucking barrel of brine and ferment you for weeks on end and feed you to your grieving family members. Granny, what's the cinnamon bun recipe? It's very soon. I'm working on filming. I've got a lot of videos I'm working on for you guys because of those rewards. Can you call me a neutral boy? Juan Carlicio, I will call you Juan. Pickled meth. New here, I like your model. Hey, Colonel Dumb, thank you. They turned me into a pickle. I feel like I found you late. You found me exactly when you needed to. You got 5 more weeks to go. And then we'll have a break. And then you can find me again in December. Midas the late, kill yourself. Anyway. You can do watch-alongs via Discord for free. Okay, here's the thing. I want... If it's through Discord, I can't record in OBS properly, right? Like, and then there's only 1,000 people in the Discord, so my main community won't be able to access it. I don't want to do exclusive Discord content, because then nobody will see it. So we're gonna raid Tomo Umari, or what? Yeah, I think we will. Tome? I think we will. Midas was a terrible ruler, lol. Make it Patreon content? I told Tomei about my girl crush. I don't think she saw my post. Shut up! Honestly, I found Midas the day before I went on my vacation and just now got to see my first stream. I'm glad that you're enjoying it. Discord breaks OBS. It has for me. Is Tomei live on Twitch as well? If she multi-streams, she is! Hell yeah. Got a fellow multi-streamer. Let's give her a raid there. I'll send off Twitch to Tomei first, and I still haven't figured out how YouTube raids work yet. I've kind of figured them out, but it's kind of dicey. By Midas, more like Bitus. Oh, wait, now our window's back up. Go away. From Crony rating into you while you were reading the story you wrote. Crony rate? Oh, Necrony. Not the story that I wrote. Ah! We marching, going damn. All right, well, YouTube chat, I'll just put her link here, and you can manually raid into her if you so wish. Yeah. Tell her that that Midas says hello. Midas raid. I'll see you guys next week, and before next week, we will have some videos coming up, and the big Edmonton off collab video. It just says Core Midas. Yeah, no, that's my Discord. Yeah, that was my mod who posted that link. All right, and raid message is Ouch Midas. See you in the next upload and in the next broadcast. Actually, tomorrow, I will be broadcasting with Ayumi. We're going to be playing a video game. Your smoke alarm is beep. That's crazy. I don't have one of those that beep, unfortunately.